Shalom, shalom. We back once again to bring another lesson. You know what I'm saying? The last time was what lesson?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, probably about a couple of weeks ago. Life of a servant. You know what I'm saying? Most High willing, man. We gonna try to put one out every week. I ain't gonna, give you my word on that, but we gonna try. But
we're gonna do another right after this. We're gonna go back to back on it.
Oh, okay. So we going back to back. Hey, yeah, I heard him. But hey, man, this lesson right here is kind of a motivational lesson, for the brothers and sisters, man, to start getting out there and start utilizing whatever spiritual gift that the Most High done blessed you with. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get this knowledge, what are we to do with it? Are we just to sit here, you know what I'm saying, and look good on this outer cup and scream Israel, spit out a couple of Hebrew words, and you know what I'm saying, and just look good for the camera, for social media? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing outside of Facebook preaching? You see what I'm saying? There's plenty activists and preachers on Facebook, Google scholars. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of them out there. But hey, what are you doing outside of that? You see what I'm saying? It's way bigger than just that. Because hey, a lot of people that's doing that on social media, man, ain't really living this day to day. And this what this lesson about, man. If you ain't doing the work, bruh, you got a punishment coming.
Yes, sir.
And we about to read, bruh, you got something to do. And that's to preach this gospel to whoever want to hear it. But we're going to start this off in Romans chapter 12. Romans chapter 12. And we just going to read one verse. Verse 11. Romans chapter 12, verse 11. Go ahead.
Not slothful in business.
Not slothful in business. Now, you know what? Bag that up.
Okay.
Back that up to verse 1, then skip to verse 11.
All right. I beseech thee, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Oh, your body's a living sacrifice. You are a prisoner of hope. If you a prisoner, you can't do the things that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't go out here and just free will. Like, do what you can't do that. You a prisoner. So your body has to be presented as a living sacrifice, meaning you have to go out here and sweat. You have to go out here and, you know what I'm saying, do things that you necessarily don't feel like doing all the time when it comes to this kingdom work. That's a sacrifice. We sacrificing our time. Hey, bruh, if we didn't believe that it was a reward for doing this, you wouldn't be seeing me on this camera. Exactly. You wouldn't be hearing this brother reading for me. Go ahead.
Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
Oh, which is your reasonable service? You got a service to do. Everybody has an office. Everybody has a gift. Are you utilizing that gift? All right, now skip down to verse 11.
Not slothful in business.
Not slothful in business. Remember that word slothful, because we're going to see what happened to slothful servants in the business of the Lord. Go ahead.
Fervent in spirit.
Fervent in spirit, that means being always enthusiastic about this thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not, bro, I got to preach the gospel. I don't feel like saying nothing. Because check this out. Say you give up the ghost, and that one time that you passed up to preach the gospel could have been that one last mark that you needed to get into the kingdom.
Right.
So you always need to be running your mouth about this gospel. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, man, well, the time ain't right. Well, we gonna read something about that too. How you got to be instant when it's convenient and when it ain't convenient. Next place, Matthew chapter 9. That? Yeah, go ahead, finish that.
Fervent in spirit, serving the Lord.
Serving the Lord. Let's go to Matthew chapter 9 and 35 through 38.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing every sickness and every disease among the people.
Now peep this. This is the Messiah right here, Jesus or Yeshua, or whatever you want to call him. He doing the work that the Father told him to do.
Right.
So if he doing the work, what you think we gotta do? If he had to put his hand to the plow, you think you just supposed to have this knowledge and just sit on your hands and just wait till time pass by and twiddle your thumbs? No, go ahead.
But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd.
So he seen all these people, man, and you know what I'm saying? He like, man, if I had some help, just like Moses needed some help. This is a prophet like unto Moses, right?
Right.
For all you non-messianics. Moses appointed, had 70 people helping him. He appointed 70. Did David fulfill that?
Nope.
Come on.
37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few.
But the laborers are few, man. He said, hey, it's plenty of people out there that's willing to be fed. But hey, I ain't got enough people to get them the food out there.
Right.
Go ahead.
Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
And then right after this, guess what he did? Appointed the 12.
Right.
Right after this, he appointed the 12. Then he appointed the 70. Not to mention all the other brothers that was not rolling with Jesus and the 12 that was out there doing the work, because they came back and said, hey, Master, we seen people casting out devils, you know what I'm saying, and preaching the gospel, and we forbade them. But he said, hey, man, whoever ain't against me is with me.
There you go.
So you had brothers, man, that heard the gospel in these other surrounding cities that he was going to teach in, and they said, hey, man, let's get to work.
Yeah.
Let's get to work. And they weren't even rolling with the 12.
Right.
Let's go to Hebrews chapter 10. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24 and 25.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
Man, he said, let us consider to provoke one another. You know what provoke mean? That means to stimulate, invoke. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we supposed to be warning each other, bruh. Don't be sitting on all this knowledge you got, man. Even the little knowledge. If you ain't got a lot of knowledge, you need to be out there preaching what you got.
Right.
If your gift is the gift to bring out prophecy, man, hey, you need to be doing that. If your gift is the gift that helps, you need to be doing that. If your gift is the gift of government, like my brother Ronnie Nelson, salute.
Right.
You need to be doing that. That brother using a condition that he got to try to help his people.
Right.
Using a condition to reach people with the same condition as he got. You see what I'm saying? All for the kingdom. So everybody need to be, man, doing this work. Go ahead.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some of us, but exhortating one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
Exhorting, urging, warning, encouraging one another as the day get closer. Because, hey, man, hey, the more brands you plug out the fire, that's more bad, more scratched off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Love covers a multitude of sin. He that converted souls is wise. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 4. Just a little lesson, man. Admonishment. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be sitting on our hands. Sitting on this knowledge. Because all throughout the book, he telling you to speak, preach, teach, speak. All throughout the book. We about to read it right here. You can read verses 1 and 2.
2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. I charge thee therefore before God and the Lord Jesus Christ, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and at his kingdom. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season.
Hey, so we got this was a commandment right here to Timothy from Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He told him to preach the word. What else?
Instant.
Be instant. What does instant mean? To stand upon and keep your sense of urgency at all times about the work.
Mm-hmm.
Be instant. So preach the gospel, preach the word. Be urgent in season when it's convenient. Go ahead.
Out of season.
When it ain't convenient. When the time ain't right. Bruh, say something. Open your mouth. Go ahead.
Reprove.
Rebuke.
Exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
And doctrine, man. So, hey, when it's convenient and when it ain't, it ain't no such thing as, well, it ain't the right time. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
Because, hey, you pass that opportunity up, they give up the ghost. That was their opportunity, and all because, it wasn't the right time. You didn't open your mouth. Now they done died and they seen it.
Heavy hitter.
I don't want that blood to be on my hands.
Heavy hitter.
I don't want that blood to be on my hands. Let's go to John chapter 21. John chapter 21, man. And this right here, you know what I'm saying? As in the last lesson, we gon' get mocked. We gon', you know what I'm saying? We talked about, burn your cross, on how that means being exposed to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these disciples and the apostles, man, they lived this thing. They got locked up for it. They got beat for it, stoned for it. And right here, we about to read about Jesus telling one of his disciples, foretelling of his death. And how many of us were willing to still be willing to do the work after we've been told how we gonna die? How many of us were still willing to be like, man, I'm to the casket drop?
Right.
After being told this. John chapter 21, verse 15. Pick it up at verse 15.
So when they had dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? Mm-hmm. He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my lamb.
Hey, man, hey, you love me. If you love me, guess what? Feed my lambs. Go ahead.
He said unto him again, the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Mm-hmm. He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my sheep.
Okay, and he asked him this 3 times. You know what I'm saying? The third time, he kind of got irritated. You know what I'm saying? He said, Lord, you know all things. And Jesus told him again, hey, feed my sheep. I'm guessing the reason why he asked him this 3 times, because he denied him 3 times.
Yep.
But skip down to verse 18.
Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself, and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hand, and another shall gird thee, and carry thee whither thou not.
He just told that boy how he was going to die.
Right.
For preaching the gospel, for feeding his lambs, man.
Right.
He said when you was young, you walked in your strength, you were strong. You get older, hey, somebody else gonna gird you, and they gonna carry you where you against your will, basically. And Peter was crucified upside down. Hey, he said whoever ain't willing to pick up that cross, be exposed to death at all times for this, for him, bruh, you ain't worthy. You ain't worthy. And Peter knew he had a job to do. You know what I'm saying? He said, upon this rock do I build my church. So, hey, Peter had a big responsibility. Hey, and he told him, hey, look, you're going to be killed. How many of us would still be like, okay, you know what? I'm still going to do this, man. Go ahead.
19. This spake he signifying by what death he should glorify God. And when he had spoken this, he said unto him, follow me.
Follow me. Go ahead.
Then Peter turning about, seeth the disciple whom Jesus loved follow.
It's talking about John. It said the same thing in chapter 13 to 23, but go ahead.
Which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee?
Go ahead.
Peter, seeing him, said to Jesus, Lord, and what shall this man do?
Now, Peter, here go Peter asking him about another man's work. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about another man's work. Worry about your business. What's your gift? You utilize your gift. Don't worry about what we doing. Hey, because hey, look, on the real, this ain't for no vain glory, man. Right. We ain't up here to look good and be like, oh yeah, them brothers on YouTube. Hey, no, man, we in here trying to get in the kingdom, man. That's all we trying to do.
Kingdom business.
Go ahead.
Jesus saith unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come.
Hey, he said, hey, if I want to keep John alive until I come, what is it to you?
Right.
What do it matter to you? I gave you work to do. Worry about your work. Go ahead.
What is it that to thee?
He said, what is it to you, bro? If I let John tarry all the way up until my second coming. Go ahead.
Follow thou me.
Follow, bro. Just follow me. Don't worry about the work I got John to do. Yeah. John gonna do the work. I got work for you to do. You do it. Go ahead.
Then went this saying abroad among the brethren, that disciple should not die.
Right.
Yet Jesus said not unto him, he shall not die. But if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee?
And he was just speaking hypothetically,
right?
We would call it today. And you people, man, take something that the Messiah would say and make a rumor or a doctrine about it. How fast? Oh, John ain't gonna. He never tasted death. I can hear him now. I can hear him now.
Breaking scripture.
What verse was that?
That was 23.
That was 23. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 58:1. Everybody should know this one right here now. Isaiah 58:1. Isaiah 58:1. As soon as I get there, we can pick it up. Well, go ahead. I know it. Go ahead.
Cry aloud. Spare not.
Ooh.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. So you ain't supposed to be all, you know, I don't really talk about, religion on the job. No, bro. Hey, if it come up, now we ain't telling you to go out there and get fired because in your work contract, it don't say preach the word. You have to use your discretion with that. You see what I'm saying? But when it does come up on the job, you ain't supposed to be all hush-mouthed and, you know what I'm saying, laid back in the cut. Not saying, he said cry aloud. Yes, lift up your voice like a trumpet. And when you blow a trumpet, don't know just no one person just heard it.
No, everybody
heard it. Go ahead.
And show my people their transgression.
Oh, so when you open your mouth, you supposed to be showing people to turn away from their show them their transgressions and show them how to turn away from. Go ahead.
And the house of Jacob their sins.
And the house of Jacob their sins. Hey, you sent to the lost sheep of the house of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then when the Gentile to the Jew first, then to the Gentile want to hear it, bruh, you cannot close your hand. You got to speak it.
Yep.
You got to speak it. Hey, and don't boast yourself against the natural branches once you get grafted in, Gentile. Do not boast yourself against the natural branches. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 33. Man, I ain't know how short this junk was.
That's all right. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Flying through it, though. Ezekiel chapter 33, we're going to read 1 through 10. Ezekiel 33, 1 through 10.
Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land.
So when he's seeing danger coming up on the land, you know what I'm saying? Our people are in danger. The world is in danger all the time. And I'm not even just talking about murders and, dope fiends and robbers. Man, I'm talking about everlasting destruction.
Yes, sir.
Everlasting destruction. Everlasting burnings, bro. Who can withstand that? I can't. I'm dreading summertime coming up.
Right.
I know I can't withstand everlasting burning.
No, sir.
Go ahead.
If when he see the sword come upon the land, he bloweth the trumpet and warn the people.
So, hey, he bloweth the trumpet, and what he do?
Warn the people.
Then we read in Hebrew, we supposed to be exhorting, warning. Go ahead.
Then whosoever heard the sound of the trumpet.
Oh, so whosoever heard, so whosoever take heed to you lifting up your voice like a trumpet, warning the people. Go ahead.
Take it not the warning. If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Hey, but you did your job though.
Right.
You did your job. Hey, our job ain't to make them believe. Our job is just to tell it. Long as you telling it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning.
See, that's his fault. Go ahead.
His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Ooh, so hey, that sound like work out your own salvation with fear and trembling to me.
Right.
After you heard, it's up to you. Go ahead.
But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet.
Oh, so the watchman know. This watchman know the sinner's going in the lake, and he not saying a word. He's sitting on his talent. That's what. Go ahead.
And the people be not warned. If the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require the watchman hand.
Boy, man, look here.
Judge.
We got enough sin on our own for us to be going to the lake for somebody else. All because you didn't open your mouth.
Right.
All because you scared how people gonna look at you or think about you. Man, look, I know all my old high school classmates, boy, they probably, this nigga hurting, he don't brush his hair, the comb his hair no more. He talking about Hebrew. Man, TJ done went crazy. Bruh, I know that's what they saying. But hey, I see what they don't see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
My affections is set on things above and not beneath.
Right.
You know, man.
So is your name.
Right. That's right. Seek them spiritual riches, man.
Right.
Heavenly treasures that don't rust, like my brother Maccabee said. Go ahead.
So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me.
Oh, so you see the process, right? So you heard a word from his mouth, which now we got it in books. You hear the word from his mouth. Then what he say?
And warn them from me.
Then you go out and you warn the people, hey, get on your job, repent for your sins, and get in this work. Put your hand to the plow and start doing this kingdom work. Go ahead.
Verse 8. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die. If he does not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that the wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Hey, he keep repeating himself. He keep repeating himself because we do have a hearing and comprehension problem. Us Israelites do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, don't have all this knowledge, man, and just sit on it, man. That's selfish.
Yeah. That's not love.
That ain't love. You right. It ain't love. Ain't this in the law? Don't suffer sin upon your brother.
Leviticus 19.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
But hey, you delivered yourself. See, that's what this about. This ain't about being liked. This ain't about vainglory. This ain't about who getting the most views on their lessons. This ain't about none. Hey, man, this about delivering your soul from the pits of the lake of fire. This is what this about.
Yes, sir.
All this work, man, brothers putting in across the world, bruh. This ain't about no vainglory.
Right.
Man, this about feeding his sheep.
That's right.
Next place, Luke chapter 13. Yeah, you go ahead and read that 10. Go ahead.
Therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how should we then live?
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. How shall the people live, man? The ones that's out there walking blind, they pining away in their sin. That's why the watchman needed. That's why the he said the harvest is great. But the laborers are few.
Mm-hmm.
Next place is Luke chapter 13. Luke chapter 13. Hey, so we read Old Testament. You got a punishment coming for being unfruitful and sitting on your talent.
Right.
And we about to read it right here again. We about to read it right here again. Read verses 6 through 9.
And he spake also this parable.
Mm-hmm.
A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereon, and found none.
So a man had a fig tree. He came to see if it had beared any fruit, and it didn't have no fruit on it. Go ahead.
Then said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down. Why covereth it to the ground?
Oh, so why would he cut the fig tree down?
Ain't bearing no fruit.
It's useless.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't bearing no fruit, you useless. Hey, he said, hey, the axe is laid to the root.
Yes, sir.
Hey, any tree that ain't bearing fruit getting cast down and thrown into the lake of fire. So you still gonna, because it ain't the right time, sit on it? You still gonna let time pass by? You ain't using none of your gifts that he done blessed you with?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, whether it's writing poetry, whether it's just helping people. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's collecting money for the widows. Whether it's just, man, going out there on the street corner, paying alms to the poor, whatever it is, man. Bro, you need to be doing it. You need to be on it. This is a parable right here.
Mm-hmm.
You finished that?
Finish 7.
Go ahead.
8. And he answering said unto him, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I dig about it and dung it. And if it bear fruit, well. And if not, then after that thou shalt cut it down.
Thou shalt cut it down. Now let's go read about a prophet that the Most High gave him some work to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to run from it. And we're going to see what happened to him. Let's go to the book of Jonah chapter 1.
I can get it.
Yeah, right after overtime. Jonah chapter 1. And we can read verses 1. Then we're going to skip verses 1 through 7 first, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Now the word of the Lord came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me.
So the message is the same all throughout the book. Cry loud, spread not, show them they transgressions. He got the same command Ezekiel got, but he just telling him to go to Nineveh to do it. But go ahead.
But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord.
Hey, man, that boy said, hey, man, no. Nope, I'm not going there. He got up and he fled. But guess what happened to him? Keep reading.
And he went down to Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. But the Lord sent up a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken.
Man, why we think we can run from the Lord?
Can't do it.
Why we think that? Why we think we can get over on him? Why do we even play that game with him, man?
Right.
I do it too. I have to catch myself in my folly sometimes. Why we do that? It's this flesh, man.
That flesh, brother.
But hey, mind over matter, man. Mind over matter. Go ahead.
5. Then the mariners were afraid, and cried every man unto his God, and cast forth the wares that were in the ship into the sea. to lighten it of them. But Jonah was gone down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep.
Now, look at this man. This boy, first of all, you got an order from the Most High, from the Lord saying, hey, go preach the word to Nineveh because their wickedness has come up before me.
Right.
So then you bailed out on the order. Then you go get a ship. And then you go to sleep like it's all good. That if that ain't the attitude of a lot of us when it come to doing this work, hey, we go to work, you know what I'm saying? We come home, watch TV, read our book, but hey, we ain't talk to nobody. We ain't got the blood off our hands. He sleep with blood on his hands. So think about it like that. You doing this all, you going to work, not saying nothing, not putting in no type of work, and you just sitting here with blood on your hands. You know it's people out there that's living contrary to this.
Right.
Oh, you cool with just blood on your hand? Other people blood on your hand? He said you're gonna be irresponsible for that. Go ahead.
Verse 6. So the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, what meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise and call upon thy God. If so there be God will think upon us that we perish not.
We. Hey, so you got people that was just crying out to their gods, coming to him, hey man, bro, cry out to your God. You know what I'm saying? Really, that's twice. You know what I'm saying? Well, nah, not really. But hey, they telling him to call out to his God. And he told Jonah, hey, go cry out to Nineveh.
Right.
Go ahead.
7. And they said, everyone to his fellow, come let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lot, and the lot fell upon Jonah.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Then
skip down to 11. Skip down to 11.
Then said they unto him, what shall we do unto thee, that the sea may be calm unto us? For the sea was wroth and was tempestuous. And he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea, so shall the sea be calm unto you. For I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you.
So he knew he was in the wrong.
Right.
Read 15 through 17.
So they took up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging. Then the men feared the Lord exceedingly, and offered sacrifices unto the Lord, and made vows. Now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights.
So Jonah, the lot fell on him. They threw him in the sea, and hey, it was a fish there to meet him.
Yep.
Sent by the Lord. Now we going right into the second chapter. Read verses 1 through 3.
All right. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his. And then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of hell, cried I, and thou heardest my voice.
Hey man, this kind of similar to that parable we just read.
Right.
Hey, that fig tree wasn't bearing no fruit. Hey, he said, hey, give me time. Let me dig it, dung it. Right. Hey, and if it ain't bearing fruit, after so long, cut it down. Go ahead.
3. For thou hast cast me into the deep, into the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me.
Now skip down to verse 10.
And the Lord spake unto the fish, and it vomited out Jonah upon the dry land.
Now read on down to chapter 3.
3 and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto Jonah the second time, saying, arise and go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach unto it the preaching that I bid thee. So Jonah arose and went to Nineveh according to the word of the Lord.
I bet he did.
Yeah. Now Nineveh was an exceeding great city of 3 days' journey. And Jonah began to enter into the city a day's journey, And he cried and said, yet 40 days and Nineveh shall be overthrown. So the people of Nineveh believed God.
Look at that. See, hey, you never know, man, who you gonna reach if you just open your mouth. You never know, man. You can be converting, man, a drug dealer, a prostitute, man. You never know who you gonna reach. You never know who gonna repent. Who are you to say, well, it ain't no hope for that, brother? I ain't even gonna say nothing. Bro, you never know, bro. Go ahead.
So the people of Nineveh believed God and proclaimed a fast and put on sackcloth from the greatest of them even to the least of them.
Even unto the least of them, man. Now, let's go to this parable of the talents. Matthew, what's that? Matthew chapter 25. Yep. Matthew chapter 25. You pick it up at verse 14. Because we about to see again another witness on you want to sit on this talent, you want to sit on this gift, not bear no fruit. It's a spot for you.
Right.
It's a spot for you. You don't want to be at this spot. Pick it up at verse 14.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods.
Oh, so he going away, but before he went away, he left some with all his servants. He left goods with his servants. Go ahead.
And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1. To every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey.
Hey, so, and don't even trip off, you know what I'm saying, this brother gift or that sister gift. Just be fruitful with whatever you got.
Same thing Lord told Peter.
Just be fruitful with whatever you got. If he gave you 1 talent, hey, man, use that talent. You know what I'm saying? Like I brought my brother up. He got the blood condition, hemophilia. He using that for kingdom work. Use that. Go ahead.
16. Then he that had received 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them another 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2 talents, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them.
Hey, this man, he pulled the Jonah. He got him a ship and left and went to sleep and hid his talent in a napkin. Go ahead.
And so that he had received 5 talents, came and brought the other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more.
Hey, go ahead.
His Lord said unto him, well done, thy good and faithful servant.
You see that? When you do the work, well done. Well done. Go ahead.
Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them.
Hey, man, look at these folks, man, working with what they was given. They ain't tripping off how much they was given. They working with whatever they was given. Go ahead.
His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee rule over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord, of thy Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 24. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew that thou art a hard man, reaping what thou hast not sown, and gathering what thou hast not strawed.
Right, that's an excuse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the other servants weren't tripping on that. So why you tripping? You lazy. That's what it is. And remember, we read in Romans chapter 12, don't be slothful in business. We finna see what's going to happen if you a slothful servant. We about to see what's going to happen to you. Go ahead.
And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, that thou hast is thine.
Hey, he hid his talent. Bruh, the Messiah Jesus said, let your light shine before men. So, hey, he said, you don't go buy a lamp and put it under a table, do you?
Nope.
What's the point of you having the light? Go ahead.
His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant.
Ooh, what he call him?
Wicked and slothful servant.
He called him slothful, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen to him?
Thou knewest that I have reaped where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not straw.
He said, hey man, you knew
the
what
business.
kind of master I was beforehand, bro. So I don't want to hear all this now.
Right.
You knew what the business was before you got down. Before you put your hand to the plow, you already knew what was up, bro. So I don't want to hear that.
Right.
Go ahead.
Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchanges.
You hear that? Hey, man, if you would have just gave it to somebody else and they burn fruit off of it.
Yeah. It would have been counted to his good.
It would have been counted to your good. Go ahead.
And then at my coming, I should have received my own with usury. Take thou for the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath the 10th talent. For unto every one that hath, it shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath.
Oh, nah. This slothful servant, where he gonna go?
Verse 30. And cast ye unprofitable servants.
Oh, he called them unprofitable. Just like that fig tree that won't bear fruit.
Right.
That's unprofitable. Go ahead.
And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
And gnashing of teeth, man. Hey, if this don't encourage you to get up and put your hand to the plow, don't look back. Once you put your hand to the plow, do not look back. Keep going. I don't care how heavy that plow get hard to push. The wheels might fall off for you. You might have to go fix the wheels. Hey, no matter what, always do the work. Don't look back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the lesson. Do the work of the Lord. That's the lesson. And I appreciate everybody for listening. You know what I'm saying? We coming back with another one. Hey, shalom to the 12 tribes worldwide.
Shalom.